Hi, my name is Saisha Kapoor, and today I have Mr. Vinay Couto with me, who is a senior strategy consultant. For those of you who are interested in strategy consulting, keep listening to hear about what it takes to be successful in this field. So, how many years have you been a strategy consultant and where?
I've been a strategy consultant for as long as I can remember, going back now 35 years, so three and a half decades. And I've been a consultant at, I would say, two consulting firms, Booz Allen and Hamilton, from '89 when I joined them straight out of business school after I did my MBA, and then PWC in 2014 when Booz and Company got acquired by PWC. So I've had sort of one very long journey from associate to partner at Booz Allen and Hamilton, and then from partner to senior partner to vice chair at PWC, PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Great. And what were your undergrad and grad degrees?
My undergrad degree was chemical engineering, and my graduate degree was an MBA in finance and international business.
So then why did you choose consulting?
Well, it's a great question, and I never even knew what consulting was. I wanted to be a investment banker, but the year I went to business school was the year of the Wall Street crash in October of 1987, and no one was hiring um, someone with a chemical engineering background as a summer intern to become a summer intern investment banker. So I decided that that path was not going to get me anywhere. And I went to a couple of career fairs and spoke to my career counselor. And he looked at my background and said, you know what? Something like consulting would be very good for you because you're analytical, you like problem solving, and you're an engineer, and those skills would be put to good use. And so I started interviewing with a couple of consulting firms, and I loved the process. And I interned I did a summer internship at a consulting firm. Loved the 3 months that I worked that I worked for that consulting firm for, and decided to come back and do consulting full time.
Nice. And what is the compensation one can expect starting off in this career?
It's more money than you can ever imagine. Um, I would say the compensation depends on when you join. If you come in straight out of undergrad and come in as an analyst or what we call an associate, I think the compensation is somewhere in the neighborhood about $50,000, $60,000. If you do your MBA and come and join a consulting firm, the compensation is higher. I think with bonus and everything else thrown in, it could be about $150,000, which goes a long way. But more importantly, you get to travel an awful lot internationally. And so we get to rack up air miles, and you get frequent flyer status, and all
Yeah.
those perks, get to stay in great hotels, order room service. So there are many, many sort of, other benefits other than monetary that you actually get to enjoy as a management consultant. And most importantly, you get to meet lots of very interesting people in different companies, different cultures, because a lot of the work that we do also is not just for companies in the US, but companies all over the world. So you get to travel all over. I think I've probably visited about 19 or 20 countries as a management consultant, and
Wow.
in some instances, even worked and lived in those countries. I spent a year and a half in Brazil, a year in
Wow.
Argentina, 4 years in London. So if you want to travel, then consulting is definitely a profession I would highly recommend.
Wow. And that leads me to my next question. What do you like most about consulting?
I think I like the thing that I love the most about consulting is I get bored very easily. And the good thing about consulting is that it's very project driven.
Mhm.
And so you get to work on very many different projects. Even in a given year, you could be doing somewhere. When I joined as a consultant, I think I was doing a project every 8 weeks. So, that's probably about 7 projects a year. And those projects are different types of projects. You could do a strategy project, a cost project, a digital project, a market entry project. It could be in very, very different industries, from high tech to financial services. So the diversity
Mm.
is unbelievable. You never get bored because you're always dealing with different problems in different industries. Um, the second thing I love about my profession is what I said before. It's very analytical, very logical, and it it sharpens your problem solving skills. So if you
Mm.
like to solve really difficult problems and the answer is not straightforward and you've got to actually investigate and look at the problem in different ways, then you actually would love consulting because that's what it's all about. And the third thing is that you actually can stay around and get to see your ideas that you actually help your clients with actually get executed. And you can see the results in the company's financials. And that gives you tremendous pride, especially when the clients basically say they could never have done it without you. So it's
Hmm.
very gratifying from that perspective.
Great. And what is one piece of advice you would give someone for those who want to pursue a career in strategy consulting?
I'd say don't take yourself too seriously, have fun, um, achieve a lot of balance because it's a very demanding profession. And like any other project driven profession, there are lots of ups and downs and highs and lows. And you could be working extremely long hours during an intense project. And then after the project wraps up, you get to enjoy some downtime. So when you actually have that downtime, I would say really, really take
Hmm.
time to sort of chill out, de stress. And most importantly, in after spending 2 or 3 years, it's time to ask the question: Is this for me? Because by in 2 or 3 years, you would have probably learned an awful lot in terms of what we call basic foundational consulting skills. And after that, you can say, hey, maybe it's time for me to do something different. Maybe I go into industry. Maybe I take some time off and travel and see the world. But it's very all too easy to kind of get sucked into a consulting profession. I think it's very important to take stock, have a perspective, um, set very clear guardrails around working hard and playing hard, and most importantly, use use the opportunity to create time for yourself and learn about other things that you would not have a chance to learn about that are indirectly related to consulting. So if you are traveling, and you're say in China because you're doing some consulting work in China, go and take a couple of weeks off and travel and see China. And the company will still be there without you. Your clients will still be there without you. So you should just sort of go for it and have as much fun as possible, especially as you start your career in consulting.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Couto. And if anybody else has any other further questions, please leave them down below in the comments.